What? Oh, no memory card, can't play, but we can play. Oh, I've got all the memory card I need. What up, meaties? Welcome to another morning live stream for horror news and channel updates. How are all y'all doing right now? How's everybody doing? Is the highlight of your week? Say, Ramia, that's so sweet. How kind of you. Highlight of your week. You know what? I like these two. I don't know if I'd call them the highlight of my week, but they're up there. Is Alan still behind me? Yes. He's up there. This gets you through Mondays at work, Alex. Great to hear. Glad to help. Chase Disgusting finally watched 12-Hour Shift this weekend. Awesome. Glad you liked it. Followed it up with our interview with Bria Grant. How was that? Because that was back in like 2020 or 2021 that we interviewed her. And I remember feeling a little subconscious that I came off as too eager and too much of a fan. Because we interviewed her and I was just like, I fucking love this movie. It's the best movie. Which is funny because now like Bria and I are good friends. She directed The Grind, not the segment I'm in, but she's the reason I'm in that movie. And then we hung out all week at South by Southwest, and I fucking love talking to her. She gives me book recommendations. She's great. But I remember for like a good year or so after that interview, I was like, was I a little cringy and too much of a fanboy? So thank you for saying that you think I did great. I appreciate it. Can you see the cat, Tarbizzle? Ah, man, no. If she doesn't come in here on her own accord, then I can't go and get her. Can't go and get her, man. Do another Who Am I Dead Meat podcast game. That's always a good one, for sure. We got a good one coming for you this week, though. A lot of little mini movie reviews. But let's get to the news this week. Horror news, and then the channel updates. Those are the two parts of this. Oh, someone asked about the mug of the day. I don't know what this one is. I just grabbed it. What is Thrombe Plastics? I feel like it is a fictional company. I feel like it's something that Chelsea knows. I'm looking this up. Thrombe Plastics. The fuck is this? What is this? Oh, is it Knives Out? Oh, is it Knives Out? Oh, then this would be a Gressel's mug, probably. This would definitely be a Gressel's mug. I don't think Chelsea would get a Knives Out. Well, in the book Knives Out, Harlow Thrombe is a plastics tycoon. Is that the same case in the movie? That's so weird. What am I doing with a Thrombe Plastics mug? It's Ben's mug. You mean brand manager and producer Ben Bellevue, without whom these live streams would not happen? Thank you so much, Mason White, who's on spring break. Finally checking this out between fucking ripping bong hits and doing cherry bombs. Thank you, Watley78. Did I watch Project Hail Mary? I just saw it yesterday. We saw the 11:30 a.m. showing yesterday in IMAX. Not true IMAX, but one of those fake IMAXs. It was good. It was a good blockbuster. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again, but I liked it as a theater experience. I read the book first, and I wonder if I hadn't read the book, if the emotional moments would hit harder for me, or if it's just the movie's tone that kind of takes away from them. But Gosling is great. Ryan Gosling's fantastic. I think he's one of the few actors who that movie will work with because he's so likable. See, Alexander cried. I heard people when they were leaving the theater be like, I'm still crying. And I wish I had that. None of the emotional moments resonated with me, but I don't know if that was because I knew what was happening because I read the book, or if just I don't know, the movie tends to like do, it's one of those things where it's like, here's an emotional beat and then here's a little joke. Here's a little joke to like prevent it from being too emotional. And sometimes I'd rather just live in the emotions. But, you know, I very much enjoyed it. I expected to get some Oscar noms, probably Best Picture. I mean, there's 10 of them. It's better than F1. It's so much better than F1. And like I said, Gosling's great. Sandra Hüller, really good. Liked it way more than the book. Book I can't stand. Cool story. Cool story, bro. But the prose, that writing style, which is so weird because I loved The Martian, and I don't know if I would still love The Martian if I read it today. But the prose in the book just it's millennial pejorative to me. Just the way he writes the characters, they all sound the same. The references they make are just I can't do it. I don't like it. But lots of people really like the book. They've read it multiple times. A lot of people who don't read normally have taken that book up. So I'm happy for them. Anything that gets people reading, very cool. No problem. Just not me. Does someone get pwned? Dude, maybe. I don't think so, because he's a little, he's Gen X, I think. I think he's like 50. I don't know if he's using pwned, but like the references, there are a lot of them to like, I don't know, 80s pop culture. I'm just like, ugh. Did I like The Bride? I haven't seen it. I'm curious about it, though. I like movies that are divisive like that. Yeah, it's Amazing Spider Dance, right? It's less pwned and more, yeah, I just did that kind of writing. Yeah. And you can see it even in the, well, no, if you haven't watched the trailer for the movie, I don't want to give anything away, so. All right. Let's get to the horror news. I got contractors coming here today, of course. So let's get to this. What do we got? Lights Out 2 turned on as New Line hires Animal Scribe. So, you know, this is a blind spot for me. I still have never seen Lights Out, dude. And I didn't realize that. So it came out in 2016. I didn't realize it cost under $5 million to make and made $150 million at the box office. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. That's so successful. No wonder David F. Sandberg, the guy who made it, just keeps getting work. You that kind of return, you'll coast for a while. Not to say he's coasting, but that'll buy you a lot of goodwill for quite some time. Annabelle Creation, he did, and that was good. And then Shazam, I didn't see that, but he did Until Dawn, which I still think is fine. I think it's fine, you know? But he won't be directing or writing this one. It'll be written by, as the headlines say, Animals Scribe, who is McIntyre. Drew McIntyre? Wow. No, it's Connor Osborne McIntyre. And I don't know who's going to be directing it, but Sandberg will be returning as a producer. So I can't really say too much since I don't know the first movie well, but any fans, you're getting a sequel. And what was that big old super chat? Thank you, Ari Gonzalez. The Actually episode, you were happy to see I was just as competitive as I am in the podcast. That's who I am, dude. I feel like a lot of people who will check out the channel and my videos and who don't like who I appear to be think that I'm putting on a front or putting on a personality. And, you know, obviously in every video, everyone's, you know, putting on a little bit of just a different shade of their personality. You know, if I'm chilling at home with friends, I'm not going to be the same guy I am hosting the Kill Count. But that is really who I am. And people think I'm like some fake or some phony. I'm like, no, man, that is who I am. Sorry if it's annoying. But yes, I'm actually that's True Blue James A. Janice right there. The Dropout set was cool. It was smaller than I expected. Meet anyone not in the episode. I didn't really. If anything, I'm holding back. I don't think that's true. But yeah, actually was great. And yeah, why play except to win? It's the whole reason. Ryan Coogler's X-Files pilot casts Himesh Patel opposite Danielle Deadweiler. I don't know either of these actors. And I saw a comment on, I think, one of these live streams being like, how many times is James going to say, I haven't seen this or I don't know this thing? I'm just honest about what I've seen and what I haven't. And the same thing happens when I'm talking to people in person. And, you know, they'll bring up things that a lot of people just like pretend like they've seen it or just not say something. But like, I want the person to know that if the thing that they're talking about is very important to what they're saying, or if the conversation or topic hinges on me being familiar with this thing, I want them to know that I don't know it, just so I'm not being a fraud or a phony, you know, trying to avoid that. So if I haven't seen something, I'll just say it so that you know my blind spots, so that you know what I'm working with. But I don't think I've seen anything that these people are in. Station 11, a miniseries, haven't seen that. Avenue 5, the franchise. Bait. Yesterday, I've heard of that. And someone just said yesterday was underrated. Oh, Tenet I've seen, but just once. And yeah, we watched it after Oppenheimer because we were like on an Oppenheimer high. And then we watched Tenet. We were like, oh. So I don't really remember what he would have been in Tenet, but anyway, this X-Files reboot, I think, is making a good decision to not have them play, you know, Mulder and Scully. They're entirely new characters rather than new iterations. That's a good call. Yeah. I feel like I've heard that this series is something. Why do I feel like I've heard, like, it's crazy, but I don't think they've filmed anything yet, so maybe just the scripts? I'm not sure. But X-Files reboot. I never watched the original X-Files. Another blind spot, man. EastEnders, haven't seen that. Mulder and Scully. Pretty sure he plays the landlord in Tenet. See, I don't even know what the landlord is. I can't remember a landlord, like an actual landlord. I'm not sure. Gillian read the Jillian. Is it Jillian or Gillian? Because her and Jacobs say it differently, right? Is it Gillian Anderson and Jillian Jacobs? Thanks, Husker. It's Gillian. No, J sounding G. Okay, so Gillian Anderson. Are they both Jillians? I swear there's a Gillian running around too. I don't know. Oh, I know I already shouted out Ben, but also Gillian Flynn, maybe? I do mean Britta. We also have Michael in the chat, previously known as Spork, our community manager. Jacobs is Gillian Jacobs. Thanks, Josh. Editor Josh in the house, too. The Giggle Panda. You need to catch up with the kill counts. I'm caught up, man. Are you caught up? Have you watched all 520 of them or whatever we're at now? There's a lot of them. John Hannah returning to Radio Silence's The Mummy, The Mummy 4. John Hannah returning as Jonathan, Rachel Weisz's brother, Evelyn's brother. Super excited for this. Obviously, my boys, Radio Silence. This thing won't be out for so long. But, you know, I was reading this, and plot details are being kept in the sarcophagus at this stage. The original movie, released in 1999, starred Fraser as a treasure hunter who travels to Egypt in the 1920s with a spunky librarian. So, obviously, Fraser and Weisz are older. So, is the movie going to take place in, like, the 40s or 50s? I just had that realization this morning, because the 20s setting is such an important part, I think, of that first movie. Oh, but in the third one, no, in the second one, their kid is older, right? When does the second one take place? The Mummy Returns. So, because they age up the kid, Because their kid is like a 10-year-old or some shit in the second one, right? So the second one takes place in 1933, 7 years later. Oh, their kid's like 7. Okay. And then the third movie takes place in the 40s, David is saying. Because don't they make the kid like an adult in that? Or like a teenager? What was that one called? I've never seen it, this third one. Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. So this one takes place in 46. 13 years after the deaths of Imhotep and Scorpion King. So then what? Their kid would be 20? Their kid's a 20-year-old? Luke Ford in 2008 would have been... No birth year? No birth year? I hate it when they don't have a birth year. The third one also isn't going to be canon. That's correct. So yeah, is the radio silence one going to be in the 50s? Who knows, dude? It's all wrapped up in the sarcophagus. We don't know. But yeah, won't be out for another 2+ years. Oof. That's a bummer. But I'm excited for it. It'll begin shooting in the fall, this fall, in London and Morocco. Good, they're going back to Morocco. Cool. I wouldn't have included this, because this isn't a horror movie, but Ben put Kirsten Dunst in the thumbnail, so I kind of had to. The Housemaid Secret casts Kirsten Dunst in the Housemaid sequel. Because, you know, people often ask what's the difference between a horror and a thriller. They have a lot of overlap, but I mean, I feel like this is one of those movies you can put safely in the circle of the Venn diagram that does not overlap, and it is just in the thriller category. It's like Basic Instinct. You would never put Basic Instinct in the horror category or consider it a horror. See, someone said no hate, but I don't like how the 2026 Mummy trailer looks like another Exorcist movie. Just so you understand, that's not Lee Cronin's The Mummy is not the radio silence Mummy, and there's a lot of confusion about that. So much confusion, and I wish they had renamed Lee Cronin's The Mummy to something that isn't The Mummy, but I guess they're just calling it Lee Cronin's The Mummy. So we have a Mummy movie coming out this year, soon, called Lee Cronin's The Mummy. It has nothing to do with Brendan Fraser, none of it, and apparently I'm not even sure if it's like mummy focused. I don't know. We're probably gonna end up doing something with it real soon, and I'm very curious about it. I'm into it because Lee Cronin did Evil Dead Rise, which is great. So I'm excited for it, but it's causing a lot of confusion because it's coming out right as all this news about the radio silence Mummy 4 keeps hitting headlines, and so people keep confusing the two of them. They're two different things. Was Cronin also making another Evil Dead film? Yes, Evil Dead Burn, I think, is going to be after The Mummy. So, we'll see. We'll see what's up. Anyway, Housemaid that Ben said he didn't see, so he included on this. I still haven't seen Housemaid either, but many people have, because this thing made fucking, what was it, $400 million or something? This thing was a fucking, yeah, almost $400 million at the global box office. That, whoo, damn, dude. Like, that's like more than Project Hail Mary's probably gonna make, right? Based on, I feel like we don't know yet with Project Hail Mary. It's doing really well at the box office, but Housemaid made a lot of money, man. That is more than Sinners for sure. Oh, Hail Mary's already at 300? Oh, never mind then. Never mind. Sorry. I'm wrong. I must have been... It's so difficult in the box office conversations because, especially on the box office subreddit, if a thread is about domestic gross, then all the conversations are just inherently about domestic. But if I'm just reading the comments, I'll forget that sometimes. And so if someone's like, oh, it might even make 300, in my head, it'll be like, oh, it might make 300 global. But because it's in the thread, they're talking about domestic. Yes, there are 2 different Evil Dead movies coming out at the same time because Francis Galuppi is making the other one, the guy who made Last Stop in Yuma County, which is a great movie. Very excited about that. Anyway, Housemaid movie is getting a sequel. They locked in Sweeney, giving her schedules. Schedules? Multiple? She has more than one? Wow. That's a busy lady. More than one schedule. And then they cast Kirsten Dunst in the role opposite her. I don't know. I don't know the sequel. I read the first book. I don't know if I could read the second book, because that's another one where just the pros really don't like it. It's again, cool story, bro. The prose itself, the writing itself, big turn off for me. But Frida McFadden is very successful. So I read her book Never Lie, which I liked more than the Housemaid book, but still, not great writing. It's the same, someone said. It's the same what? Someone else said the second book is better than the first, so I still probably won't do it. I don't know, man. They're easy to read. They're super fast to read. I'm pretty sure I read The Housemaid in a single day. It was like a travel day, I think. Anyway, good for Kirsten Dunst. I love her. She's great. And not only is she going to be in a sequel to a giant movie, but then she's also going to be in the sequel to a gianter movie, a Minecraft movie. Good for her, man. I hope her and Jesse are happy. It does seem like she pumps out a book every 3 weeks, doesn't it? Doesn't it, Jesse? They're exactly what you picture when you think airport book. That's true, Ryan, for sure. Absolutely. You're like up in the air. The oxygen levels are kind of off. Your brain's a little woozy, man. And you just grab one of those books, read it. You're having a good time. Christopher Pike's young adult supernatural thriller Remember Me to become a Tubi movie starring Charlie Gillespie and Breck Bassinger from Final Destination Bloodlines. Now, I was going to skip this one because I don't know Remember Me. Came out in 1989, which I've never heard of it, but maybe some of you have read it. The reason I stuck with it is because it is going to be directed by my buddy, Danishka Esterhazy. She did the Banana Splits movie. She did Slumber Party Massacre, the remake. And the person writing this adaptation is the same person who wrote that. And she did Match, which Chelsea and I covered on the podcast this year, late last year. So I like Danishka a lot. She's a great person. And I love that her movies, she's not afraid to fucking like go for it in things. She's definitely not a director who plays things safe. So what's funny though is this story sounds a lot like, you know, those verticals, the vertical dramas, the little Quibi basically, but resurrected from the dead. Ironically enough, a lot of those have to do with someone dying and then going back in time and solving their murder. And this definitely reminded me of that because it says Sherry Cooper is dead, like fell from the top of a high rise to the streets below dead. And one of her friends is her killer. Now she has to solve her own murder from beyond the grave before the relentless, soul-sucking shadow that's stalking her gets to her first. Sounds like a YA novel, dude. But I'm very curious to see what Danishka does with it. And Breck, I mean, she was so good in Final Destination Bloodlines. And then what's this guy from? Charlie Gillespie? Or Gillespie? Who knows? Probably Gillespie. Oh, look at that hair. Girl, look at that haircut. Oh, wait, Totally Killer? Who's he in Totally Killer? I don't, faces. They fucked me up. Totally Killer. Teen Blake Hughes, so her dad as a teen. That is luscious hair, man. He's young dad, right? Oh, yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, there he is with the hair and everything. Great. Okay. All right. Cool. There you go. Got some nice rising stars here. Successful. People who've been in good stuff. Oh, I don't know if in a previous stream with Zoran it was discussed, but Alana Pierce is launching her own production company. That was news a little bit ago, and now they've announced 2 adaptations from video games that are on the way from that company. Charred Pictures, great name, from Alana Pierce, who, if you don't know her, I mean, this picture at the bottom of the article, I'm like, who is this woman? Because she's had like white hair or like silver hair for a long time. She's been rocking that. And so seeing her with as a brunette is weird, or like this auburn color. I'm like, who is that? I've talked to this woman in person at the after party for Iron Lung, actually, because she did voices in it, as Michael will attest to. I got to talk to her there because she's friends with the Willemses. And so I was hanging out with them, and she came by, and Alana and I talked about Ronald Reagan. we had a conversation about Ronald Reagan. That's what I remember. But she's launching a production company, which is really cool, and then they've got a couple of video game adaptations lined up, which is it's so funny. Our reps, we've been having so many meetings lately about like, okay, what video games can we adapt? It's like I forget how long ago it was, but when it was like the Bachelor Party movie and then something else where I was like, fuck, those are both things that I was kind of like working on. And so this is another, I mean, and it makes sense. Video game adaptations. After Iron Lung, everyone's out for the horror video game adaptations. That's what they're trying to do. That's what all the studios and all the producers are like, what can we adapt and make money like with Iron Lung? So it makes sense that everyone's doing it and that she's in a much better position to actually get that underway. But she's also going to be working on some original movies. Previously announced first installment of, oh wait, no, that's another video game adaptation. And that she's writing and producing based on a survival horror trilogy. Very cool. And then original ideas to the slate. In development now is Godmother, a psychological horror feature that recently wrapped production, so they shot it, and it was co-written by Alana Pierce. So she is very busy, dude. Very, very busy. Think Zoran would do Faith for the kill count? I don't know, man. I don't really, I'm not involved in the video game kill counts. My involvement is watching early on when the script is initially there and it gets coverage. I watch it and give notes, and then at the end when it's all done, I watch it and give notes. So my involvement with the video game kill counts is 2 rounds of notes. That's about it. Anyone adapting mouthwashing? We've talked about that. That's a tough one, you know? That's a tough one. Yeah, for the video game kill counts, I'm just a producer. That's it. And Ben, who is much more involved with the video game kill counts, he says it's on our consideration list. So there you go. Also, I keep hearing great things about Something Very Bad is going to happen. We did a promotion of it at South by Southwest with the brides running around the street. They were really cool, the people playing the brides, and everyone involved with that was really nice to deal with and interact with. So anyone watching the show yet? Cookie Dough says, oh my God, it's so good. And I know that the director of episodes 3 and 4 is a friend, Axel Carolyn. And you know, I'm sorry that like half the time I talk about things, I'm like, oh, a friend of mine is doing this. Because I know that some people, that's a huge turnoff. But I love meeting people. I love making friends with people, and you know, I'm gonna mention it if I know the person. So sorry if that's a turnoff for you. But Axel Carolyn, great person, you know. Haven't seen it yet. Heard it's good. Haven't finished it, but it's been okay. Wasn't going to before, but now I'm considering it. Okay. He's an adult dragon emperor. Whoa, you're so far behind Manga Sword. Manga Sword's back there talking about Mummy, dude. That's like 3 stories ago. It's okay. It's okay. You'll catch up one day. In like an hour, they're going to hear me say their name and be like, oh, what the fuck? Shudder reveals halfway to Halloween premieres, and I am excited to see Dolly when I can. Also included is Night Patrol, which is okay. It was done by the guy who did the Michigan Militia VHS segment, The Terror, which is one of my favorite VHS segments ever. I forget his name, but he did Night Patrol. It's okay. I did the interviews with CM Punk and Jermaine Fowler for it. But it's worth a watch if you like vampires but Dolly I want to see. Seems very Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't know if it'll be good, but Rube thought Night Patrol was fun, so there you go. Oh yeah, Justin Long's in it, playing a not usual role. So not a friend. Yeah, I'm curious to see Dolly. Also included in the lineup is Deathstalker, a remake of the Roger Corman classic with Daniel Bernhardt and Patton Oswalt. Okay. And Somnium, featuring Stranger Things alum Grace Van Dien, trapped in a world of dreams made real. All About Cars said, oh my god, saw Dolly, it's crazy, good special effects, very cool. Is a Shudder subscription worth it? It depends on who you talk to. I'm always going to support it. I'll always be subscribed to Shudder, but for me, it's worth it just to support a horror-focused streamer. I like that a lot of their options and offerings are these old movies, a lot of giallo, a lot of movies that just you might not find otherwise, but I know that people like Tubi as a free alternative. I don't like watching movies with ads, so I will prefer to pay for Shudder. It doesn't get the love that it needs. It's definitely neglected in its corporate conglomerate, and I know that they're losing Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs, which was a huge attraction for it for a lot of people, and I think there will be a portion of people who cancel their subscriptions once that's all done airing, but I don't know. I'll always have the subscription. I can't say subscription this morning. I'm sorry. Why is there so many sounds in that word? Surely shortened it. I'll always keep the sub. They have shortened it for Shudder just to support horror. But like, what? They definitely don't have 4K streaming. I feel for a while they didn't even have like HD or like surround sound audio. I feel like it was just like stereo mixes. They might have fixed that. I don't know. Oh, Undefined enjoyed the commentary track with the Willemses. Great. Good. That was for the Taking of Deborah Logan. That was a fun one. We love the Willemses. Then we got Mexican food after. It was great. One Piece co-creator to adapt fantasy comic Monstrous as adult animated series. So the One Piece co-creator and former showrunner Stephen Maeda is developing an animated series based on Monstrous, which is set in an Asian-inspired fantasy world following a young woman with a literal monster living inside of her. On a quest to understand her past and avenge her mother's murder, she's joined by a colorful ensemble, including a talking cat and a hybrid fox-human girl, as they're thrown in the middle of a war between human and otherworldly forces. Yes, this sounds like an anime. I don't know anything about Monstrous. Anyone know? To be clear, this is the co-creator of the live-action show, Ben is saying. He is also vouching that Monstrous is really good. I'm not a graphic novel reader, but sounds like it's good. Wow, Domingo in there saying One Piece sucks. The anime, manga, live action, everything. Damn. Domingo walked into this live stream and chose violence. Thank you very much, Garza. There's always one like Domingo. I've never seen a lick of One Piece. The most experience I have with One Piece is you saw it last week. Was it last week when I learned how extensive the series is? And then the first two Mortal Kombat movies from the 90s and Takashi Miike's Audition are getting 4K releases. Very cool. Thank you, Arrow Video. Always doing the good work. Audition, if you haven't seen it, excellent horror movie, often gets referenced in the podcast. In fact, didn't we do a podcast episode about it? I'm not sure. I would like it. It's pirates. I would like One Piece because it's pirates. I've left the pirate life behind me, Ben. I can't tempt myself with that again, you know? It's like someone who quit smoking watching Mad Men. It's not good for them. Oh, George Villiers bought the Return of the Living Dead 4K by Arrow. Very cool. Very cool. Have you guys thought about exporting in 4K? Funny you mentioned that. I'll let you know when we get to the dead meat news. I didn't make a single Sea of Thieves reference in the Frankenstein kill count. Wait, what? Why would I have? Why would I have? Also, I just love that Mortal Kombat Annihilation's getting a 4K release. That's what everyone wanted. You will die in 4K. All the ship stuff? Yeah, I guess I could have made a comment about them needing a bucket or something, or, throw a few planks on the wall. I don't know. I'm not gonna watch trailers because I normally don't, but this one caught my eye. The End of Oak Street, which comes to theaters in August. This is from It Follows director David Robert Mitchell, and this is curious to me, partly because of the cast. You got Anne Hathaway, who I love, Ewan McGregor, who Chelsea loves, and then the kids are played by Maisie Stella and Christian Convery. Maisie Stella is in My Old Ass. She is young Aubrey Plaza, and that movie is fucking great. And Christian Convery, speaking of Frankenstein, he is young Victor Frankenstein, and he's in The Monkey. He plays the twin roles. And, dude, you'll see when we eventually get to the horror awards sometime later this year. Any other year, I would have... she's in what now? Oh, she's in My Old Ass. The movie My Old Ass, okay? Come on. Get your heads out of My Old Ass. It's the movie title, My Old Ass. It's a creative film. It's a indie dramedy. It'll make you cry. It's a good movie, okay? Aubrey Plaza. But you'll see when we get to the awards later this year that the supporting actor category is the most stacked and difficult fucking category ever this year. And in a normal year, I would have loved to nominate Christian Convery for his work as the two kids in The Monkey, because I think it wasn't until I saw that movie 2 or 3 times that I realized it was the same actor playing both those kids. I really thought it was 2 actors the first time. But anyway, he's the son in this, and I'm curious about this plot. After a mysterious cosmic event rips Oak Street from suburbia and transports their neighborhood to someplace unknown, the Platt family soon discovers that their very survival depends on them sticking together as they navigate their now unrecognizable surroundings. So I did watch this trailer. Also, why'd they change the overlay for YouTube videos? Why is it up here now instead of down here? Someone's justifying their job by changing shit that doesn't need changed. It's never-ending story. Anyway, I thought this looks pretty cool because they're like this whole street and everything is just transported. Like they reach the end of the street. And then there's a dinosaur. There's a dinosaur. I like dinosaurs. All right. I'm intrigued. I'm interested in it. Did you miss the Royal Rumble this year? No, that should be out. We are now predicting May. I know we've been saying, hey, let's get into the dead meat news. Let's do it. Dead meat updates for ya. Horror Royal Rumble. We are predicting to come out in May. Fingers crossed. Over the weekend, if you're a patron, you may have caught our live stream where we went through all the wrestlers and tried to choose entrances for them. We got about halfway through. We've got about 15 entrances that we're happy with. Some of them maybe we'll tweak, but I think at this point we could probably record those, set them to music, see how they're doing. But a lot more work ahead of time. If you didn't tune in for the live stream, you might have missed it. But Ace, Zach Rocks was a fucking MVP in that live stream. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much for all your help. Choosing entrances, remembering entrances, suggesting entrances. Yeah, well, I don't know if we'll do another live stream to finish out choosing the entrances. We're using 2K25 because Chelsea had started making the wrestlers before 2K26 came out. So we're still on 2K25. Yeah, just been working at it. If you were in that live stream, you see how long it takes, man, to do this fucking process, because we've got 30 wrestlers. For each one of them, we're going through all the entrances. We're seeing how they look coming out and doing them, and just selecting an entrance and running it takes so long in the game. The game just is not conducive to what we're trying to do with it, man. The UI is horrible. It's clunky. It's bad, but we're working on it. We're getting it done. So you have that to look forward to in probably May. But more immediately, we got a podcast for you this week. So this week on Wednesday, we've got our South by Southwest lightning round movie reviews, where we review about 10, maybe 11 movies that we saw at South by Southwest. Some of them are films that are going to be hitting theaters soon. Some of them are movies that don't have distribution yet. So you'll just hear us talk about movies that you can't see yet, which is unfortunate, but you can hear all about films like Obsession and I mean Pretty Lethal is already out. You can watch that on Amazon, and we talk about that. We had the best time at South by Southwest. I'm excited for this lightning round movie review because a lot of good movies that we saw, and one or two bad ones, but a lot of good ones. We did see Forbidden Fruits. We do talk about Forbidden Fruits. Yep, there you go. Listen, you can hear what we have to say about it, but just a heads up, Chelsea and I may be the only people who didn't like it. Yeah, because I mean, it made no money. I don't even know. Did it have a wide release? If it did, because I know it made like no money. What do we got? Being released by IFC and Shudder on March 27th. So yeah, that took place. Was that a wide release? It just says released. I don't know how many theaters it did, but it didn't make any money. But Rotten Tomatoes, what's it got? Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, so now it's down to 79, which makes sense to me. When it premiered at South by Southwest, it was at like 100, and then it went down to 90, and I was like, really? Are we crazy? So now it's down to 79. We'll see where it lands. Popcorn meter, the audience rating is 69. Nice. So that's what it's sitting at. Yeah, Chelsea and I didn't really love it, but most of the people we talked to did. So you might like it, Doesn't matter. You don't have to base everything off of us. But we were a little surprised at how many people loved it. But that's the beauty of movies, dude. It did not crack $1 million. Oof. Although Hell of a Doggo it said that it got 1.2 million. Anyway, it sounds like it's around 1 million. Podcast episode Wednesday. Friday is kind of our kickoff for year 10 of Dead Meat. I know it's not quite exactly 10 years, but it's close enough because we're starting a new franchise on the kill count with Psycho. And yes, the Psycho kill count will be in 4K. And future kill counts from here on out are supposed to be in 4K. Hopefully that's not a mistake. That's a lot of space. A lot of space and more work for the editors. We've had to convert all the templates and graphics to 4K, but we're doing it. And, you know, YouTube says that like 4K videos do better in the algorithm and shit. So who knows? Maybe we'll actually get treated better with a 4K upload. But there you go. In that glorious James face in 4K. Yeah, because we shoot, the footage of me is in 4K. And then we had to figure out a way to rip 4K movies, which is not easy, but we're doing it. What does 4K mean? It's a resolution, so it's a higher quality image. There's more data per pixel, because there's more pixels in the image, right? I don't know how to describe it on a technical note, but, you know, 1080p is HD, high definition. 4K is the next one up from that. Does this mean you'll crap all over Psycho 2? Wait, why? Why would you think I would do that? No, I like Psycho 2. Psycho 2 is great. So I'm very complimentary of Psycho 2. What made you think I would crap all over it? Yeah, and DVDs are 480. DVDs are not good. Even if you don't get 4K footage, it'll make the bitrate much higher, making it look better even on 1080p footage. Well, that's good because a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff is not going to be 4K, you know? IMAX kill count, yep. Might be controversial, but I kind of like every Psycho film in some capacity. No, that's my opinion, too. I kind of like all Psycho films. I think, obviously, the first one, unimpeachable masterpiece. Psycho 2, very good movie. Shockingly good follow-up. Psycho 3, you know, a little cheaper, but it's a fun slasher. I like it. It's fun. Psycho 4, not bad. The little bouncing back and forth narrative, the prequel. You get Olivia Hussey. Can't complain about that. So, even Psycho 98. And then you have Psycho 98, the best of the bunch. So I'm excited for all these Psycho kill counts. But again, reminder, those will be coming out every other week so that we don't inundate people who maybe don't care for franchises or old movies like this. In between, we'll have some good stuff. In between Psycho and Psycho 2 on April 10th is going to be Five Nights at Freddy's 2, baby. Oh, boy. What is that going to be like oh, we don't want to drive you psycho. Nice one, Ben. Five Nights at Freddy's 2, probably going to rock out around at least 35 minutes long. A lot of lore. A lot of lore to get through. It's a lot of me getting mad. It's a bad movie. It's a bad script. I think it's just the script, though, right? I think it is a fix your script, dude. It is absolutely a fix your script. I think everything else is fine, though. The direction's fine. The actors are good. The effects are fucking phenomenal. But I had fun with it, right? No. Did not have fun with it. Hated watching it. Hated rewatching it. I hate it. And that's the thing. So many movies, it's like, oh, the script's bad, but everything else is good. So, like, it kind of washes out, but, like, the script is so bad in FNAF 2, it washes everything out. It washes out everything else for me as a movie experience, because it's not a movie. It's not a movie. It's just references. That's all it is. And I can't abide by that. I'm sorry. FNAF-phenomenal. Yeah. Anyway, you'll hear all about it on April 10th with the kill count, which is it's underway. It's good. A lot of work on that done. Between Psycho 2 and Psycho 3, we'll have a different Perkins joint with the monkey on April 24th. I forget if that's been made public, but Totally Not Uni says that because of me, they unironically say go blue anytime they hear Michigan. Good. That's what you should do. So we're finally getting to the monkey. And you know what? It's so funny. I saw the monkey before it came out because Neon hooked us up. Like way before it came out. Like we saw it with like unfinished graphics. And I liked it. And then when we were originally going to cover it, I forget when, but it was on the schedule before, right? I think November last year. So I watched it again and I really didn't like it. I was like, oh no, I really dislike this movie. And then I watched it yesterday and I was like, actually, you know what? I don't hate it. So my opinions are just veering back and forth all over the place. But yes, if you saw my Letterboxd review, as Beastly Fails did, you'll see that I guess it's okay. I like things about it. The humor doesn't work for me most of the time. But other than that, I think it's kind of, I don't know. I was probably just tired. No, that second viewing when I really disliked it, I was not tired. I was locked in watching it, appraising it, and I disliked it a lot. But this latest time, I was like, actually, I don't dislike it. So I'm glad I got to watch it one more time. I'm glad we delayed it. Because if the kill count had come out when originally scheduled, the episode would have been like, I don't really like this movie. And now it's going to be like, parts of the movie doesn't work. And that's, people always bring up movies like, I mean, they'll watch the Leprechaun kill counts and be like, why do you hate these movies? I'm like, dude, you're like 8 years in the past, brother. I love those movies. It's the downside of having your opinion like locked in and immortalized in a video and put on the internet, because then people see it and they just assume that is still your consistent static opinion, that it hasn't changed, even though, in years or months with the monkey, your opinion can change. But since the old opinion is the one that's online that people can go and watch, that's what they associate with you. But yeah, if that's my biggest problem in life, then I think I'm doing all right. Between Psycho 3 and Psycho 4, we're going to have Milk and Cereal, the fantastic found footage film by Curry Barker, whose Obsession is coming out soon-ish. Right around then, actually. So, that's what you got between the Psycho films. Oh, and then there's another thing between Psycho 4 and the remake. That's when we're hoping to put out the Rumble. So that'll be a Friday Rumble to replace a kill count in May. Just give us a break on the kill counts. But you will have a kill count every Friday in April, assuming nothing out of our control happens, like copyright strikes or whatever. Michael got to watch Milk and Cereal last week, said it's fucking phenomenal. Great. Yep. That's what we've got lined up for you. Any other questions? Because those contractors are probably getting here soon. So anything else I can answer for you pertaining to Dead Meat, not just, movies or stuff in general, but Dead Meat news. Oh, what about the Rocky Horror kill count? No new news on it, but we'll get to it this year for sure. I'll put it in the schedule somewhere. Is June Pride Month, right? June's Pride Month, right? Maybe we should throw it in there. Yeah. Where's Rumple? I mean, Rumpelstiltskin. I thought you were talking about, I thought you misspelled Rumble. Rumpelstiltskin, the podcast episode that we said we were going to do with We Hate Movies. Oh, Ben said we'll discuss. Guys, Ben is not an ally. Ben said no. Ben said no Rocky Horror for June. He said no. Ben said, I hate the gays, and I do not want to feed them. I do not want them to be sat for Rocky Horror. I'm sorry, guys. That's Ben. That's not me. You see me. I got excited for it, but Ben sat there and he came in and was like, he said no. I'm so sorry, man. I can't be an ally, James. I'm not straight. Well, you know what? Self-loathing is a thing, Are you ally is just, it's a term for just people who are not, yeah, that makes sense. People who are not within that group. That makes sense. Oh, and DJ Gadge finally watched Testament of Van Lee and said it was incredible. Fuck yeah, dude. Very nice. Oh, yes, Steven, thank you for the dog treats. Molly loves all the treats. So, yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm curious what that "we will discuss" means. It's so ominous, dude. I'm so curious. What? That's so ominous, Ben. Anyway, the Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, blame Ben for not getting to the Rumpelstiltskin news. I think, we'll do a virtual podcast with them because we were going to record it in person. It was going to be good, but that was when we all got sick. And so now they're back in New York. But they did email afterward, and they were like, hey, can we schedule doing it? So we will get to it eventually, I think. Just not sure when. Opinions on The Long Walk? Fantastic. It will be nominated for some prime ribs. And anything? Bates Motel? Nope, that's not getting covered. And what else we got? What does Ben have against Tim Curry? I don't know, man. I ask him every day, why do you hate Tim Curry? And he says he just does. Guys, Ben said that Tim Curry is his least favorite person in Home Alone 2. Think about that. How could he? When Rob Schneider is right there. Okay. All right, I'm just kidding. Ben didn't say any of that. Please don't sue me, Ben, for slander. These are all jokes. They're jokes. All right. Yeah, Ben said this is slander, but it's funny slander. That's the legal loophole. Slander's okay as long as it's funny. Pretty sure John Marshall said that. Okay. I'm going to go hit up these contractors. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are great. Love doing these. It's a lot of fun. I'll see you on the next one. Be good people. Starting soon.